Hey everyone, John Hartley, and I'm here with today's mail. I've only got one package in the mail today, but I thought I'd do a video on it because I need to explain a little bit how I missed this coin. For those of you who have not seen my foreign coin videos, I started several years ago with a canvas bag of coins that I got at a good price. Excuse me. And I went through all the coins in the bag, separated them, picked out there were obviously duplicates, separated them into countries, and then separated them into separate coins. I had coins all over the dining room table, the kitchen countertop, and then picked out the best of each individual coin and started making what has now become 3 albums. And during that time I was trying to find a software program to catalog all my coins, and eventually came across the website in front of you. It's called numista.com. It's numista.com. It's an online website for cataloging your coins, and I highly recommend it. Well, I noticed this page, every time you enter a coin, say and the first coin I entered was a Morgan dollar. On this map, the United States would turn blue. And the more countries or the more coins you entered per country, the color would change. But it takes a good deal of coins to change the color, like up here in Canada. I hope that's big enough. I have 87 coins from Canada, yet it's still blue. So when I finished the original bag of coins, there were a lot of empty spaces. A lot of countries were still white. So I started going through and changing and buying coins from those countries that were white. And I got to the point where I thought I had them all. Well, one problem was the Soviet Union. When you enter a coin from Russia or the USSR, these ex-Soviet states would also fill in. Also, all these little South Pacific islands were very hard to see when they weren't colored in as blue. One I did not too long ago was St. Thomas, and you couldn't see it. It was just a little tiny island off the coast of Africa. So I went to another page when I started noticing all these missing coins, and I went to the country list, and it's a list alphabetically of all the countries in the world. And I decided to make sure to fill in, starting with Afghanistan and going all the way down, and making sure I had a coin, at least one coin from every country in the world that exists today. I wasn't going back and trying to get like all the German states from way back when. I've got several of them. I've got a lot of coins from countries that don't exist anymore. But to try to do it would be almost impossible. All these subcategories, like Livonia, is just all these different duchies and bishoprics, all kind of stuff from way back when. You couldn't do it. So I was getting close, and I was getting to the S's when I started hearing people. I think I first heard about it from Sal of 8 Metal. People started talking about this coin, the St. Helena guinea. And I said, all right, where's St. Helena? Well, then I got to the S's, and I found, where is it? There we go. I found St. Helena. And I found out, the reason I didn't notice her at first was because this is St. Helena. This is on Google. She is in the middle of the South Atlantic, and on that map on Numista, I never saw her, never knew she existed. So I went and learned a little bit about. Actually, I found a coin. They have modern coins that they issue, but they have older coins. So that's enough of the slideshow. I'll go back to my normal set and angle my camera back the way it usually sits. There we are. So normally when I get a country, a lot of countries have only new coins, like the ex-Soviet states. They only have, I forgot to cut on the overhead lights. Got a little bit more light in here now, thank you. The Soviet states were always part of Russia, and some of them had ancient coins, but many of them did not have, coins from the 1800s or early 1900s, silver coins, stuff I'd like to fill in my collection with, nice quality coins. So like in yesterday's video, some of the coins I had were simply modern aluminum, nickel-plated steel coins. They serve a purpose by filling in the empty spot in my collection. But when a country has an older foreign coin, I would rather have it. So I found an older coin for St. Helena, and then I did a little research on St. Helena. St. Helena is where Napoleon Bonaparte, in the year 1815, was exiled to. So when he was exiled to St. Helena, and there's two other islands out there that are sort of fall in the same category. One's Ascension Island and the other one is hard to pronounce. So this country boy won't try to pronounce it. When they sent Napoleon there, the garrison and his guards and his entourage made the population boom. So they needed currency. Well, the main inhabitants of the island was the East India Company, which is in Great Britain, and they were there for agriculture. So they issued a couple of, their coins, because they were used as coinage by the people that lived and worked on the island at that time. But they're not government based, so they're also tokens. But because of this coin, they sent, from what I read, they sent 15,000 pounds and not 15,000 units of weight. 15,000 pounds, as in money, worth of half pennies, backed by the East India Company, to these islands. And later on, many of them were found unused. And little shout out from the people I bought this coin from. Many of them were found unused, and I believe those were taken back and melted. Either that or they put them out. I couldn't find any information, but this one's definitely not one that was unused. This is what they sent. It's a 18, it's upside down. 1821 St. Helena halfpenny, issued by the East India Company. You know, it's an English coin, so to speak, but it has a coin flip on it instead of a metal flip, as in it flips end over end instead of side to side like most other English coins. This coin was hard to find in good shape. You'll notice the noses on the lion is where the heavy wear marks are. But other than that, this is a really nice example of a St. Helena halfpenny. They only made this coin in 1821, which is interesting. They made this coin because of the population surge due to the fact that Napoleon was exiled in St. Helena in 1815. And this coin is dated 1821, and that's the year Napoleon died. So the coin was no longer as necessary. But it had already been placed in circulation, and it was well used. The inhabitants of the island kept on using it. So I thought this was a good way to represent. You know, I could have gotten modern coins. I could have bought that new silver guinea, which I still might, because I think it's kind of attractive. I saw Sal's over there representing on my channel. I saw him open up one that somebody sent him, and then a few days later he opened up one that he had ordered himself along with a few others from, I believe, ACMEX. But I thought this was, got it for a pretty good deal too. Thought this was a pretty cool coin to add to my collection, and especially since I'm getting to the end of the collection, I wanted some stuff that was a little more interesting than the aluminum modern coins that have come out that if I weren't doing this project of ordering, of trying to get a coin from every country in the world extent, then I wouldn't have bought those coins. That's not what attracts me to coin collecting. It's stuff like this that I like. This is what attracts me to coin collecting. So with that, I am very pleased with that coin. Of course, I haven't seen it up close as you have yet. I'll take a look at it in a minute. What I've got left is I've got one country left that starts with the letter T that is on its way. Should have been here today, but wasn't. I've got one set of coins from a country that starts with the letter U, and this person put it in an envelope instead of a package, so it has no tracking number. So don't know when that'll get here, probably next week. And then I've got a coin that I'm in an eBay auction on that if I win it, it's going to take a while to get in here anyway, because the best one I could find, the best example I could find of it was in South Africa. And I don't like buying things overseas, but you know, I've said that several times, and I've had very good luck with things. If you pay attention on eBay to feedback and order from people that have a lot of orders, and you look at their other items, and like this was an eBay coin, you know. This isn't just somebody like me who's selling my extra coins. Of course, I don't sell coins. This is somebody who has a business, maybe in his basement, but at least he's got business cards. You look at their other items, and you see they've got a lot of coins for sale. Their feedback is good, people, you know. So usually it takes longer to get here, obviously, but so when that one comes in, the one from South Africa, then this this journey I've taken collecting coins from around the world will symbolically be over. Will I stop buying foreign coins? No, I like a lot of foreign coins. I like coins with Queen Victoria on them. Just some of the stuff out there, it's like this coin that I have coming from hopefully coming from South Africa. It's got a really neat design on the reverse, and it's got, well, got King George V on the obverse. So, but it's not a South African coin. But that's all I'm gonna give you a hint about. And last night I was multitasking. I was watching Mike GPO's live stream, talking about things like run over there and get one. Somebody started talking about food, and it was like everybody was talking about desserts that they had, and I told them, I said, my neighbor has the largest peach farm in the state of South Carolina. And I don't know if you can tell from the size of my hand, but that's a big peach. And every year, you know, way back when my grandfather lived here, my neighbor would bring over a case of peaches every summer, and she still brings them to me. Very nice lady. She lost her husband last year, but she has 3 children and multiple grandchildren that run the farm for her now. But I lost my train of thought. While I was talking to Mike GPO on a live stream, I was also on Proxy Bid. It's an auction company online, proxybid.com, and I go to a certain auction site maybe once a month. They have it every week, and as some of you know, I am trying to finish off my Washington Quarter albums, and all I have are the first page. The 1930s, you know, the Washington Quarters started in 1932. Well, I've got every Philadelphia coin in the 30s, but the hard ones in the 30s and the hard ones in the set are the Denver and San Francisco Washington Quarters. So I got one. Pretty decent price. I mean, it was a few $100s, but pretty decent price for the coin I got. It's not perfect, but it was better than what I expected to get for this coin, because it's one of the hardest ones to find. So they usually come in a week after the auction, so that coin will be here next Monday or Tuesday. So that's what I got going on. I know this is a long video. I knew it was going to be a long video because I wanted to talk about this fun coin I got in the mail today. And it's a beautiful day outside for the first time in a long time. It's noon here, and it just now reached 80 degrees. It's been over 100 degrees every day for the past 2 weeks. So something cooled us off. But anyway, I'm rambling. I will let you go until the next time I get a package, which may be tomorrow, maybe next week. Until then, I'm 1042.